Hello students, I am Raghavan Kumar Singh, faculty of US Academy and Institute. Today we will discuss class 6 geography's third chapter, motion of the earth. As we know, the earth has two types of motion, rotation and revolution. Rotation, it is the movement of the earth on its axis, while revolution, the motion of the earth around the sun in a fixed path or orbit, is called revolution. Rotation is the movement of the earth on its axis. The axis of the earth, which is an imaginary line, makes an angle of 62.5 degrees with its orbital plane. The portion facing the sun experiences day, while the other half away from the sun experiences night. The circle that divides the day from night on the globe is called the circle of illumination. The earth takes about 24 hours to complete one rotation around its axis. It is known as Earth Day. In revolution, the movement of the earth around the sun is a fixed path or orbit is called revolution. Earth takes 365 1/4 day to revolve around the sun. Every fourth year, February is of 29th day instead of 28th day. Such a year with 366 days is called a leap year. Earth is going around the sun in an elliptical orbit. Seasons changes due to the change in the position of earth around the sun. Sun solstice is the position of the earth when the northern hemisphere has the longest day and the southern shortest is the night. It occurs on 21st of June. In the southern hemisphere, it is winter season at this time. The days are short and the nights are long. Winter solstice is the position of the earth when southern hemisphere has long day and shorter nights. In the northern while hemisphere, the days are short and the nights are long. It occurs on 22nd of December. On 21st March and September 23rd, direct rays of the sun falls on the equator and the whole earth experiences equal day and equal nights. This is called an equinox. Now, orbital plane. The axis of the earth, which is an imaginary line, makes an angle of 66.5 degrees with its orbital plane. The plane formed by the orbit is known as orbital plane. The earth receives light from the sun, and due to its spherical shape, only half of it gets light from the sun at a time. The portion facing the sun experiences day, while the other half away from the sun experiences night. Now, illumination. The circle that divides the day from night on the globe is called the circle of illumination. The earth takes about 24 hours to complete one rotation around its axis. The period of rotation is known as the Earth Day. The second motion of the earth around the sun is its orbit is called revolution. It takes about 365 1/4 day to revolve around the sun. A year consists of 365 days and we ignore 6 hours for the sake of convenience. 6 hours saves every year are added to make one day over a span of 4 years. This surplus day is added to the month of February. Thus, every fourth year, February is of 29 days instead of 28 days. Such a year with 366 days is called a leap year. The year is divided into summer, winter, spring, and autumn seasons. Seasons change due to the change in the position of Earth around the Sun. The areas near the poles receives less heat as the rays of the Sun are slanting. The North Pole is inclined towards the Sun, and the places beyond the Arctic Circle experiences continuous light for about 6 months. Since a large portion of the northern hemisphere is getting light from the Sun, it is summer in the region north of the equator. The longest day and the shortest night at these places occurs on 21st June. At this time in the southern hemisphere, all these conditions are reversed. It is winter season there. The nights are longer than the days. This position of the earth, called the summer solstice, on 22nd December, the Tropic of Capricorn receives direct rays of the sun as the south pole tilts towards it. As the sun rays fall vertically at the Tropic of Capricorn, which is 23.5 degrees south, a larger portion of the southern hemisphere gets light. Therefore, it is summer in the southern hemisphere with longer days and shorter nights. The reverse happens in the northern hemisphere. This position of the earth is called the winter solstice. On 21st March and 23rd September, direct rays of the sun fall on the equator. At this position, neither of poles is tilted towards the sun, so the whole earth experiences equal days and equal nights. This is called an equinox. On 23rd September, it is autumn season in the northern hemisphere and spring season in the southern hemisphere. The opposite is in the case on 21st March, when it is spring in the northern hemisphere and autumn in the southern hemisphere. Day and night occurs due to the rotation, while changes in season occur due to revolution.